Welcome to Wannabe Clutter Free, formerly Wannabe Minimalist, the podcast for busy families who are tired of the chaos, fed up with being overwhelmed, and ready to enjoy life again. Each week, we talk about how to let go of the clutter so that you can focus on the things that actually matter. And it's not just physical clutter. We talk about the mental and emotional stuff too, because if it's holding you back, it's time to ditch it. I share what I've done in my own life to declutter, organize, and calm the chaos, but you won't just hear it from me. There are amazing guests too. It's practical, doable, and simple for those of us that want to be clutter-free. As we gear up for the holidays, I've got a great gift suggestion for all of the sports fans in our community. Or maybe your partner is the one that loves game day and wants so badly for your kids to enjoy it too. If that's the case, you've got to check out Future Fans. It transforms the way kids learn about sports through storybook-led activity boxes so they learn the game on their own terms and become fans alongside you. I've got to tell you, trying to teach our daughter about football was frustrating to say the least. But thankfully, I found Future Fans. The genius of Future Fans lies in its simplicity. For instance, instead of boring explanations about downs in football, kids play a beanbag toss game. They get 4 tries to make a toss, mimicking the 4 downs in football, and score points just like in a real game. And it all ties back beautifully to football through a captivating storybook that guides the entire experience. Since using Future Fans, Monday Night Football has turned into family time. And I'm not the only one raving about it. Future Fans has a stellar 4.9-star rating and has snagged several awards. Designed for kids under 10 and their sports fan adult, it's only $49.99 at futurefans.com, and you can use code WANNA to save 10% off. Again, go to futurefans.com, use code WANNA, W-A-N-N-A, and start unlocking a lifetime of memories around sports this holiday season. Hey there, my friend. Welcome back to the show. My name is Deanna Yates, and you are listening to episode 234 of the Wannabe Clutter Free Podcast. On today's episode, we're going to talk about what to do when you have guests, especially during the holiday time. I know a lot of people will be having parties, you'll be having overnight guests, maybe you'll be hosting dinners, things like that. And so I want to go ahead and help us with this stressful time of year. But before we get into that, can you do me a huge favor? Can you do a couple things to help out the show? One, if you're not subscribed to this show, please do so. It's one of the best ways you can help me out and the show. And if you like what you hear, you could leave a rating and review for it as well. You can do so on Apple, Spotify, most places you're listening to this. You can also subscribe and leave a comment on YouTube. All right, let's get into this episode. If you want show notes for this episode, go to wannabeclutterfree.com/234. Again, that's wannabeclutterfree.com, wannabeclutterfree.com/234 to get the show notes for this episode. All right, so if you are anything like me, this time of year is both magical and a little stressful. And it is absolutely okay for it to be both. I think sometimes we have this expectation that the holidays are only supposed to be magical, and that's because that's what it's like when we are children. Our parents back then didn't let us see all of the workings that went into making the holidays magical. And so I think we've set them up as this big expectation that they are supposed to go off without a hitch and they're supposed to be easy, and that's just not reality. But the good thing is we can do some things that make them a little bit easier and a little bit less stressful. The holidays are wonderful. They're an absolutely wonderful time. I love them. It's a great time to get together with our friends, with our family, really spread that holiday cheer. But, prepping can be a little difficult. So we're going to go through that and make it less overwhelming. I'm going to share some of my favorite ways to declutter quickly. It's not perfectly, but it is quickly. It will help you create a welcoming space, and it will allow you to host guests without losing your mind or your budget. That's what we're in for today. So whether you're hosting the big family dinner or just having a couple friends over, this episode is for you. Let's dive on in. The first step is to look at how we can set the tone for success. So before we even grab a trash bag or start tidying, I want us to talk about our mindset. I know the pressure to have your home look like a Pinterest board is real. Trust me, I feel it all the time. And I sit there and I think how hypocritical of me of wanting to tell people to be more, resourceful and content with what they have. And then yet I still feel that pull from everywhere around me, all of the ads, everybody you see on Instagram, all of the things around you, I still feel that pull. All of the Christmas movies we watch, the songs we listen to, the holidays are just this time where you want everything to be special and magical. So I understand why it is tough to want to, to not want to do it all. But here's the truth. Your guests are coming to see you, not a home that is decorated from every corner with perfectly fluffed pillows. They want to connect. They want to laugh. They want to make memories, not critique your baseboards. I mean, we want to dust them and make sure the house is clean, but they're not here to rub that white glove over all the surfaces and see what your home is like. Do you do that when you go visit your friends? No. So they're not coming to do that at your home either. So let's take a deep breath and remind ourselves that good enough is good enough. Your home doesn't have to be magazine perfect to be warm and inviting and a place where people want to gather. So let's focus on the areas that matter the most and we'll let go of the rest. So what do I mean by that? Well, let's tap into some quick decluttering wins. So when we're looking at decluttering, I know it would be great to be able to completely declutter your entire home, overhaul the entire house before your guests come over. But what we're going to do is we are going to focus on the spaces they will actually see. So if you have more time, you can dive in a little bit deeper. But if, heaven forbid, your guests are coming over tonight and you're listening to this and just prepping your house and you're getting ready, well, we have a few tricks up our sleeves. We've got to do things really quickly, right? So it doesn't have to be super, detailed, right? So first up is our entryway. This is the first thing people will see when they walk into your home. So let's make it shine. We want to clear out the shoes. We want to clear out the coats that we don't need. We want to clear out all those backpacks that have piled up and just been dropped by the door. All you really need here is a small mat for shoes so guests can take off their shoes and know where they go, and a hook for coats. Or if you have a haul tree or a way to hang them up, if you can clear some coats out from an entry closet so you can hang your guest coats up in there, that will work as well. What we need to work on and what we focus on is it being functional and tidy. That is it. So clear it out. No need to do anything crazy here. The next is our living room. This is where most people are going to hang out. This place and the kitchen. Now I'm assuming your kitchen is busy with all of the cooking and the things. So we're not really worrying about decluttering it. We want to clear off the counters if we can, but our living room is where most people will hang out. So I want us to grab a laundry basket. It's my secret weapon. I absolutely love just grabbing a laundry basket. It's kind of like the clutter sweep. We're just going to go through and we're going to toss in anything that doesn't belong. So random toys, mail, the half-finished craft project. We're putting everything in there into that basket, right? Now, if your guests are coming over tonight, if that doorbell is about to ring, that basket absolutely can just go tuck it away in a closet. Hide it away. Don't worry about it. Deal with it when the guests have gone. If you have a few days and your guests have not arrived or are not on their way, then take time and put the stuff away. You will feel better. You will feel less overwhelmed. You'll have your laundry basket back, and it will just start to help you set the tone. And then you can use the laundry basket again to do another clutter sweep if you need to in a different room. But it doesn't have to be. Again, we can get to 90% there and it's good enough, right? Good enough is good enough. So if you don't have time for it now, throw it off to the side and you can sort through it after the guests have gone home. And then don't forget the bathroom. Obviously, the workhorse of the home, the place you would like to have the tidiest and cleanest, when your guests come over. So we're going to do a quick clean of the bathroom. So we're going to clear off the counters, put away those random beauty products, wipe down the counters, clean the sink, scrub the toilet, make sure there is extra toilet paper visible, wipe down all the surfaces in there, pop in a fresh hand towel. If they're on their way over, you might even want to light a candle in there, and boom, you are done. Does not have to be this long, drawn-out cleaning process, okay? You do not have to go through the 10 steps that you see on TikTok. Just wipe it down, okay? Now, if you have guests that are coming to stay overnight in the bathroom, I also would recommend clearing out a space for them to put their toiletries. I hate when there's no place to put our things, so it's really nice. It doesn't make you feel welcome that way. So when there's space for you to put your things, it just makes you feel like, oh, they thought about me and I feel more welcomed here. And this is where I should be. Okay, so just think about that. If you are having overnight guests, maybe set out some fresh towels for them so they know which towels are theirs, and then clear out a space for their toiletries. Okay, now we've got the quick decluttering wins out of the way. The third area I want us to focus on is our hosting essentials. Again, this is really without the overwhelm. Peppermint lattes, cozy nights by the fire, and seasonal dry air that brings sniffles and dry, cracked skin. Well, two of these things I love, and the other, well, for that, I turn to a name that's been trusted for over a century: Vicks. Their humidifiers aren't just simple solutions, they're proven to combat those tough winter ailments effectively. With indoor humidity levels dropping below 40% in the winter, issues like stuffy noses, dry, itchy skin, and chapped lips become all too common. Vicks humidifiers help maintain indoor humidity at an ideal 40 to 60%, providing relief from these discomforts. In our home, I've set up Vicks humidifiers in every bedroom. Adding Vicks VapoPads and VapoSteam into the mix transforms each room into a sanctuary of comfort. The familiar scent of Vicks Vapo takes me back to those childhood days when this was my mom's go-to for cold relief. It's a sensory experience that spells relief and care. If you're ready to transform your winter experience and bring soothing comfort into your home, there's a special offer on Amazon for the Vicks Cool Relief Humidifier where you can get 20% off your purchase. Just go to Amazon.com and search Vicks VUL 600 Cool Relief Humidifier. It has a blue tank with white in the center. Just be sure to click on that coupon to get the discount. You need this for wintertime comfort. Searching for the perfect holiday gift that keeps you connected with loved ones? Look no further than the Skylight Frame. It's not just a digital photo frame. It's a way to instantly share your favorite moments with family and friends no matter where they are. Imagine this. You take a photo and in seconds, it's displayed in stunning HD on a skylight frame across the country. Set up as a breeze, just under 60 seconds. No accounts or subscriptions needed. Just use the free Skylight mobile app or email to start sharing those special memories. And the design? It's absolutely beautiful. You can choose from two sizes, the original 10-inch or the larger 15-inch gallery frame, each with a sleek touchscreen that lets you swipe through photos, see new additions, and even double tap to send a thank you heart to the sender. It's an interactive experience that brings your photos to life. And the Skylight frame fits beautifully into any home decor, standing alone or mounted on a wall. And for an extra special touch, when we gifted ours, we preloaded the frame with memories, making it the ultimate personalized gift as soon as it was powered on by the grandparents. And now, as a special limited time offer for our listeners, get $20 off your purchase of a Skylight frame when you go to skylightframe.com/wannabe. That's skylightframe.com/wannabe. Get $20 off your purchase now at skylightframe.com/wannabe. So now that we've tackled that clutter, let's make space for feeling welcoming without going overboard, right? We don't have to go above and beyond. For decorations, less really is more. I promise, it's true. Pick one or two color themes. Maybe it's red or gold. Maybe it's green and white. Keep it simple. If your guests are on their way over, just tidy up. It's okay. Hopefully you've put up your tree by now or your stockings. If you celebrate Christmas, maybe you've put out some other decor if you celebrate another holiday. But just keep it simple. If you have a little bit of time and you don't have any decorations up yet, don't worry about it. Don't run out and get a bunch of things. You can actually forage and you can make things that are really nice and don't take a lot of time. So I love this year, I actually did it for the very first time. I've dried some orange slices and it is so nice. It feels so like old-fashioned and old-timey and just cozy. Like these little things can be really cozy. So that is something you can do. And all you need is some oranges, a little bit of time, and your oven on a low heat setting. So it's really not that difficult to do some of these things. So this is great. Also, go around, have your kids help you. Go look for pine cones or gather up some, greenery from outside. This can be really festive and a really fun way to get your kids involved. If your children are like my kiddo, I mean, she loves gathering sticks and it's been a thing forever with her. So this is its time to shine. You can even just gather up sticks, put them in a vase, and they look festive this time of year. It doesn't have to be anything really over the top. It can be very simple and things you just gather. A string of fairy lights, some candles, and that greenery from your yard can go a long way. There is no need to rush off to Target to raid that entire seasonal section of goodies. It's just a bunch of plastic that's going to end up in the landfill. So let's try to be a little more cognizant. If you want to put out a bowl of pomegranates or something like that, a bowl of apples, something that's even, red, green, a bowl of limes, these things can, even if you don't end up eating them, can be composted so they don't have to end up in the landfill. I really like us to be a little more cognizant about what we're bringing in, because we need to think of the end of their life cycle, where they're going to end up if it's not something that we really want to cherish and hold on to forever. Now, one more hosting essential I want to bring up is, and this part does go a little above and beyond, but it's not difficult. So here's where you can add a little edge and keeping it simple. You can create a drink and a snack station for your guests. It's a total game changer, especially if you have overnight guests or people that, you're going to be busy hosting others. It's really nice when your guests know what they can help themselves to, because no one's going to want to rummage through your cabinets. They're not going to ask you. And so this way, if you have it out and you've set up some stations, then that way they know what's available. It's easier for them to just go ahead and help themselves. You don't have to play bartender all night. You don't have to be, playing butler all night. It's really nice. So something you could do, you could set out a few festive mugs and create a hot cocoa bar. You could have a bottle of wine, champagne, and some glasses on a tray. These kinds of things are super simple. Maybe you have a charcuterie board, or maybe you have a s'more station. These things do not have to be difficult. And if you just set them up, take a couple extra minutes, and how you set them on a tray or a plate is going to make all the difference. Next up, let's talk about keeping it cozy and comfortable. So one of the easiest ways to make your home feel cozy is with lighting. This one has been an area that I have struggled with a lot in my life, but I am learning, and I am just learning that you just need to turn off the overhead lights. You need to use lamps or candles instead. We want a soft, warm light instead of something that's overhead or white and light. Like, you don't want the blue light. You want more of the yellow light. It makes everything feel more inviting, makes everything feel more cozy. If you have a fireplace, you can turn that on. If you don't have a fireplace, turn on one of the fireplace screensavers. There's a ton on all of the streaming channels now, so just go ahead and pick one. You can even do a theme one like Harry Potter, or I know there are a few others. I know we've done like a How to Train Your Dragon one before. So there's lots of fun themed fireplaces that you can do as well. There's probably a Wicked one this year. Who knows, right? So go ahead and check those out. It's a really fun way to add a little more ambiance and bring more light in if you don't have more lighting, because you're not going to have the TV on when your guests are here, but that's often one of the biggest light sources in some of our homes. So that's a great way to put it to better use. All right, and then let's talk about adding some ambiance with some music. A holiday playlist is wonderful. You can play some relaxing instrumental tunes in the background. That can set the mood without being distracting. So if you can play that through some Bluetooth speakers, you are all set. But if you don't have Bluetooth speakers, you can play that again through your TV. Oftentimes, there will be music stations that you can play as well. So that's another way we can put one of the biggest electronics in our home to better use. All right, and if you are worried about making your home smell nice, the good news is if you're hosting, you're likely cooking, and the cooking smells are going to make your home smell nice already. But if it's more of a cocktail party, let's say, go ahead and skip those fancy sprays. Go ahead and light a cinnamon candle, or bake some cookies, right? Those things will make your home smell amazing. And with the cookies, you'll get a treat at the end. With the candles, you get the ambiance. So there are benefits to both of those that something like a spray can't give you. So just keep those kinds of things in mind, and you're working with all the different senses, right? So we were working with lighting, so that's the sights, and then we have the sounds, and then we have our smells. So if you're looking at trying to make things cozy and comfortable, just think of how your senses are feeling throughout the night, and those are the things you need to pay attention to. That's what will make it feel cozy and comfortable. All right, then let's talk about managing our holiday stress. If you're like me, you're probably juggling 100 things, but you still want to learn and grow. And if that sounds true, well, I've got something amazing to share. Masterclass has truly been a game changer for us. Recently, my husband and I dove into the mixology class on Masterclass. We've been shaking up fun new drinks right at home, and it's been a great way to reconnect again. And I'm also untangling the mysteries of beautiful spaces with the Interior Design class by Shay McGee. Masterclass is the ultimate online learning platform where you can pick up skills from over 200 of the world's top minds. It is the perfect gift for those people that have everything because it genuinely allows you to learn from the best to become your best. Imagine giving that kind of opportunity to someone you loved. With Masterclass, it doesn't matter if you're using your phone, your tablet, or your smart TV. You can dive into a world of knowledge anywhere, anytime. So this holiday season, why not gift a dose of inspiration? Right now, Masterclass is offering incredible holiday deals, sometimes up to 50% off. So head over to masterclass.com/clutterfree to find the current offer. That's masterclass.com/clutterfree for up to 50% off your gift of learning. Don't just give a gift, give the gift of possibility with Masterclass. So, one thing that we often forget is that we do not have to do this alone. I am fiercely independent. I always have been. And so my gut instinct is just to do it myself. And it's really funny because we have a little inside joke in my family where our daughter was, I think, 3 at the time, and she was singing a song, and I was helping her sing it, and she didn't want my help. So she inherited a little bit of this from me as well. And as I said the words, she goes, "No, my get it." So now that's kind of our little inside joke. Whenever I'm trying to do too much on my own, my family will remind me with "my get it." And then it reminds me like, oh, hey, right, I need to ask them for help. So get your family involved. Give your kids simple jobs. Let them vacuum, have them set the table, have them set out the glasses. It doesn't have to be a ton of things, but even a little bit of help and even the littlest helpers can make a big difference. Because what happens too when you give them a job is that they are occupied. So it frees up your time to allow you to do other things. So even if you're asking your little ones to draw pictures or to color on paper so that you can wrap the gifts in that paper, that's a fantastic use of their time. I absolutely love. I actually reuse the paper that comes in Amazon gift or in our Amazon packages. I will smooth it out and then I will, well, when our daughter was younger, she would color on it. But now sometimes I'll just write to who it's to on the package, and that makes it really nice. But it's an easy way to get plain brown wrapping, which always looks great with a nice bow on it. And you're reusing something that you got already. So that just makes me feel great. I love being able to reduce, reuse, and recycle. Easy way to do it. Plus now I don't have to rush out and get other wrapping. So if this is something that would work for you, have your kiddos, if they're little, color on that kind of paper and then use that as wrapping paper. If you have any gifts you're doing, or if you want to, make name tags, things like that for your table, these are some fun ways that they can get involved and keep them occupied while we're working on everything else that we've got going on. All right. And then also try not to do everything last minute. That is where I get myself into the biggest headache. So plan ahead if you can. If your guests are coming on Saturday, then declutter a few days ahead of time, right? So if this comes out on a Wednesday, maybe you're listening to this Wednesday and you have guests coming this weekend. Well, perfect. Today is the day. Start decluttering, start cleaning up, start doing those things now. Go grocery shopping the day before, right? Do things ahead of time so that on that day, you have a little bit of time to relax, a little bit of time to make the night for you more fun, right? So you're not running around feeling really stressed out, and then you're spreading that stress to everybody else. So give yourself a little bit of time to breathe, to relax, and that way everybody will have more fun. And then most importantly, give yourself grace. If something doesn't get done, it's okay. Your friends, like I said, are not coming to walk into a magazine. They're coming to hang out with you and they're coming to spend time with you. So how you show up, you and your energy is going to be what matters the most. So there you have it, a clutter-free, stress-free guide to holiday hosting. Remember, holidays are about connection, not perfection. I'm going to repeat that again. Holidays are about connection, not perfection. So you've got this. So with that, I would love to turn it to you. Do you have any tips for holiday hosting, especially last minute hosting or getting ready for holiday guests? I would love to know. So come on over, share on Instagram. I am at Wannabe Clutter Free. You can share in the comment for this post, or you can tag me in a post. I would absolutely love to know. Or you can come over to our Facebook group. It's the Wannabe Minimalist family group over there, and you can share in the discussion thread we'll have there. Your tips would really help someone else out, so please go ahead. Don't keep them to yourself. Come and share them. And as always, thank you so much for joining me today. I appreciate that you make me part of your weekly routine, and I look forward to hearing all about your holidays and how they went. Join me next week. I'm going to be joined by Lindsay Myers. We're going to be talking about colors in our closet. We talk about decluttering and shopping and finding the right things, keeping things simple. It's a really fun episode. I really enjoyed chatting with her, and I think you're going to love it too. So don't miss us next week. We'll be right back here, same time, same place. All right, until next time, keep decluttering, keep things simple. Don't worry about perfection, and know that I've got your back. I'm Deanna Yates, and you've been listening to Wannabe Clutter Free. I'll see you next week. Cheers.